Perfectly tailored clothing ensures every Sooner stands out in comfort and style at prices that make luxury accessible. Visit William & Lauren in Oklahoma City or online at williamandlauren.com. Dress like a champion and make your style as legendary as OU softball.
Underway, a 4:02 start. First pitch is popped up in shallow left field. Gabby Garcia makes the catch, and there's one away, and we are underway. Sierra Sacco is retired, and here comes Nadia Barbary. First pitch strike. They had I jinxed it. They had a 74-second countdown clock going in center field that would have worked perfect up to when we returned from break. And I turned to Destiny. I'm like, there's no reason for them to have that clock. Shouldn't have said anything. Strike two. Sam Landry paints the outside corner. We owe you a station ID in all of this madness. We'll bring it to you after Barbary's at bat. Just underway, one away, scoreless in the top of the first inning, the Sooners and the Bulldogs. Fouled off down the left field side. Let's go ahead and pause here. 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. No balls and 2 strikes again. The pitch a little low and away. That is Destiny McElroy. I'm Chris Plank. Our producer is Hayden Burks in the Jeff City studios. And on an overcast, gray Friday afternoon, welcome to Devon Park. OU and Mississippi State in a series that's been all kinds of altered by the weather. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. Strike 3. 2 quick outs. And strikeout number 115 on the season for Sam Landry. That was pretty dirty.
Incredible. Really good spot. Good velocity taken off of that.
It was dirty. There's Kylie Edwards. First pitch up and away, ball 1. Here is a quick look at the Bulldogs lineup. With Sacco leading off, the center fielder, Barbary. Sacco, by the way, hitting .504 on the season. 24 extra base hits, 14 doubles. Their leadoff hitter as the 1-0 pitch catches the inside corner. Nadia Barbary, third baseman, bats second. Kylie Edwards, the shortstop, hits third with Morgan Stiles in the cleanup spot, the second baseman. Wazlowski, the catcher, in the 5th spot. Morgan Bernardini in the 6th spot, the left fielder, as the 1-1 pitch is a little low, 2 balls and a strike. Whoa, they check with the first base umpire. He says, yeah, Cam Ellison says Kylie Edwards went strike 2. Jesse Blaine, 7th spot as the DP. Riley Hull in the 8th spot as the first baseman, and Kiara Seals batting 9th in right field. Boy, that just missed. Sells. That just missed a little low and away, 2-2. Away, first inning, Sooners. I feel like it's going to start raining at any moment, by the way. Just a bad feel.
Knock on wood, Chris.
2-2 is up high, ball 3. There's been that feel, it seems like, all day long.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking around, you're waiting. And you're just in your mind saying, any minute here, any minute. Wait until we're done. Maybe get a couple of early runs for the Sooners. There's a bouncer foul down the first baseline. How about Missouri today ending A&M's winning streak with a 9-1 win over Texas A&M?
That's big time.
Full count pitch here. It's not walk anyone in the first inning, Landry. She doesn't. It's a line drive right to Garcia. Gabby makes the catch, and that'll do it in the top half of the first for Mississippi State. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the first inning. We are scoreless in Oklahoma City. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is brought to you by Oklahoma's own News 9. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. Cassidy Pickering will lead things off for the Sooners as we welcome you back to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops. And today's game is brought to you by Oklahoma's own News 9. What a run for Pickering in conference play. As the first pitch from Chafin. Good pitch, strike one. We are just underway, bottom of the first inning, scoreless. Welcome to those of you who are tuned into our stream today. If you're out and about and can't wait to get home, thought this game wasn't televised as the 0-1 is in for a strike two. Kudos to Brock, our media relations guru, and Jacob Potter, who grinded, hustled, and found a way to get a feed of this game tonight. It's going to be a one-camera feed, so I know it might be frustrating at times as the 0-2 pitch is low and in. But we're pumped to be a part of it, Destiny.
So excited.
Whatever it takes to get the pictures to you people, we're all about. What a run for Pickering, huh? 430 average so far this year. 12 home runs, 9 doubles, 42 runs batted in. As the 1-2 pitch is headed home, and she rips it down the right field line fair. It'll get to the wall. Pickering's on her way to second. It's a leadoff double. She got one she liked and ripped it.
What a start. Pickering seeing that ball just up in the zone, taking advantage of it.
10th double of the season from Cassidy Pickering. When she does that last week in her final at bat, we're having a much different conversation this week. Here's Nelly McEnroe Marinas. Right-handed hitting Sooner third baseman, the captain. First pitch in for a strike. Very demonstrative strike call from Emerson Addison. He'll be behind home plate. Cameron Ellison at first. Smokey Eads at third. I don't buy into the umpire theory, by the way. Have you seen it? Have you heard of it?
What are we? No.
Okay. The 0-1 pitch to Nelly is in for a strike two. Sooners have lost 5 games this year.
Okay.
The umpire in all 5 games has either been Statham, the home plate umpire, Tatum Stoyletein, or her husband.
Okay.
I don't buy into it, people. Just want you to know. Here's the 0-2 to Nelly, up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's like a curious happenstance,
yeah.
right?
It's a little bit of a coincidence.
I don't want people to try to tag me with some sort of conspiracy theory, okay? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ooh, low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nelly's been fun to watch.
Drea Gasso just texted. All right, I'll give my first Easter weekend check-in to the great Andrea Gasso. Here's the first, though, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, she got a piece of it. Now off to third goes Pickering, and first base will be awarded to Nelly McEnroe Marinas after there wasn't even a throw down to first. I don't know if there was a little confusion behind the plate from Ella Wazlowski, but instead of even trying to get the out at first, she tried to throw down at third, and Pickering beat it by a mile.
Yeah, I mean, that's a play. You've got to just recover that ball and get the for sure out at first base, especially on a drop third strike. You've got to be on your toes to make that play. You cannot afford to be first and third right now.
Get to that text as Parker pops one up foul. Listen, I've been fooled by some pop-ups before. Come on, people. Anyway, what Drea had to say, she said, is the camera on the roof. I feel like Easter weekend is in full effect with this heavenly view. I get it.
It might be, yeah.
It is. I can tell you right now, it is. It's up here with us. That's our view. That's our view of the game.
It is a pretty great view.
It is. Here's the no ball, 1 strike pitch. Parker rips it fair down the third base line into the corner. Pickering scores. McEnroe Marinas rounds third. Patty Gasso sends her home. It's a 2-run double from Ella Parker. And for the first time in 8 games, the Sooners have a first inning run. Make it 2. It's 2-zip Sooners.
Just an incredible piece of hitting by Ella Parker. That ball was borderline foul. It just snuck in, but perfect placement to get it down that line and allow 2 runs to score.
In fact, as you say that, Sam Ricketts is out, and it looks like we're going to challenge this as a fair ball. All right. Don't blame her. I think it's a good challenge.
It was tight. I do think it was fair.
Nobody made a definitive call. Yeah, the mic's not working. We're going to have our first McIntyre Law review. Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was foul off the bat.
Great. I'm over here thinking it was fair.
But, again, it was tough because you had the umpire down the third baseline, Smokey Eads.
I mean, he didn't even turn around to track it.
And then you had, at third, was Pickering. So she's blocking it, as was Barbary, the third baseman. So I got to tell you something. It's going to be interesting to see what the call is now. This is something we haven't seen yet.
And we don't have replay up here.
No. Yeah, there's not any. The only replay we'll get is probably in the booth. So Smokey Eads, who was the third base umpire, and I assume the guy who's going to be responsible for replays, he, instead of standing there and holding the earpiece in, he went running over to just beyond the first base dugout where there's a camera well, and that's where the replay setup is. And he actually threw on a headset. Maybe his communication wasn't all that great. So here we go. Hopefully we'll get the call here. Is it fair or is it foul? Yeah, ruling on the field is upheld, so a fair ball. And that is the first challenge for Mississippi State. And there you go. Ella Parker has been in a bit of a slump, but what a moment to come through as the Sooners strike first.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good effort and good try to call that, because that's 2 runs on the board that you maybe could have gotten away from, but great, perfectly placed hit by Ella Parker.
Here's Gabby Garcia. First pitch to Gabby is in for a strike. Haven't really had a chance to give you our full Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma opponent preview. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care through every stage of life. I think Mississippi State has had one of the weirdest seasons in the history of college softball. Here's the 0-1 pitch is a little bit up and in. And I say that with complete and total respect.
I know. I was looking at their stats, and I'm like, wait, they beat this team, and then, they took 2 or 3 of this one? Like, yeah, this is – are you going to go through it?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to. We're going to. We got a full weekend to go. But here's the 1-1. That's slowing away. I mean, let's just start with the early season upset loss to Jacksonville State, of all teams. But once they got into conference play, they made a statement with a sweep of Auburn, who, by the way, heading into conference play was flying high.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Gabby. Throws down a bunt that's foul. They then won 2 of 3 from Alabama and Tuscaloosa, including a run rule win. But then after beating Texas, and at that point, that was a team that was 6-2 in conference play. They ended up losing the next 2 to Texas. They lost in the series to Tennessee and Knoxville when all 3 games were by run rule. But one of those wins by run rule was Mississippi State's beating Tennessee, right in the middle, sandwiched in the middle of the series. 2-2 pitches low, ball 3. They lost the game 12-8 to Missouri last week. Now they roll into what is arguably one of their more challenging stretches of the season, with a trip to Kentucky next week, even though Kentucky's not been what they typically are, and a season finale series with Ole Miss. Boy, Garcia got into that one. Deep to right center field. Is it deep enough? No. The catch is made in center field by Sierra Sacco. Parker will tag and make her way to third. It's a deep fly out to center field, and there is one away. She hit it hard.
Yeah, I mean, doing her job, moving that runner. We saw her give some effort towards a bunt, try to sack bunt her over. I think Gabby Garcia is such a role player. I mean, you've got to do whatever it takes to advance your runner.
Here is Sid Sanders back in the starting lineup. First pitch, a little low and in. Mississippi State, by the way, back to the home of the Women's College World Series for the first time since 2017. They are 1-0 here, winning a neutral site game against UAB. What would that be, 8 years ago? Line drive, left field, racing in is Bernardini, and she makes the catch. 2 away. Boy, that was a hot shot off the bat of Sanders. No chance even for Ella Parker to tag. Long way to say that this is a really good Mississippi State team, and Sam Ricketts, who is having quite the bounce back year, 4 wins shy of the highest win total in a season for Mississippi State. Here's Ailana Agbayani with the infield pulled in tight. Barbary in tight over third. First pitch, strike one. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care through every stage of life. Agbayani has a little zero to her. She's got a little Destiny Martinez to her in the batter's box. Can slap, has some speed. The 0-1 is in for a strike 0-2. You might have had a little bit more power than she does. What do you think?
I didn't really swing away, ever. It was like
always,
power slap.
Right,
but
you were always power
yeah,
slap.
I think there was too much power around me.
That is fair. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed out. I mean, there was a lot of times when you would be, 9, and then 1 would be one of the greatest home run hitters of all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just get on base, yeah. Destiny. Just get on base.
Get yourself to first, and somebody's going to hit you in.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Agbayani. Way out in front of it. Fouled it off. Good job.
Yeah, one of the questions these kids, when you do camps and all that stuff, I was like, literally, I'm sorry.
that would be zero, zilch.
Literally zero.
I'm not even joking.
It's okay. There was like 800 in my career around me.
Right. 1-2 is lined deep to left field, but racing back is Bernardini to make the catch short of the warning track. And that'll do it for the Sooners in a hard-hitting bottom of the first inning. 2 runs on 2 hits and a couple of hard outs. And as we head to the second, the Sooners strike first. It's 2-zip Oklahoma. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Morgan Stiles leads things off for Mississippi State. We're in the top of the second. 2-zip Sooners. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Sooner softball presented by Love's Travel Stops. The heart of the highway in today's game is presented by Oklahoma's own News 9. I was impressed with Lacey Lowry's first pitch. Pretty good.
They practiced.
And 1-0
I think
misses.
they both did.
2 balls and no strikes. They were good. They did a good job. Tonight's game, by the way, is being broadcast on Soonersports.com. We fought and scratched and clawed and got a single camera angle. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike, 2-1.
It's a great view.
So you're up here with us, so enjoy it. But it will be much more normal come Sunday when we'll play 2 on Easter. 2 balls and a strike to Stiles. The right-handed hitting Alabama product takes strike 2. Stiles hitting .314 on the season. 25 runs batted in, 11 total extra base hits, including 7 home runs. She's 3rd on the team with her 7 bombs. The righty waits. That's popped up left field. Racing back is Garcia, who makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Boy, Dayton was shaded towards left center field. She had a long way to go, Destiny, but that was a really nice play by Gabby Garcia.
Yeah, Gabby took full control over that. Drop stepped and got right underneath it, but she did travel a long way.
Ella Wesolowski. Taylor Maples has it pronounced like that, so do I. 2-zip Sooners, top of the second. First pitch strike. The Mississippi State, we've seen them, I feel like it's quite a bit recently, and then you look back, I guess it's not that terribly much. But Coach Casso likes to play good teams, and it's a good team. Wesolowski takes strike 2. Sam Landry's got him guessing here early on. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from Landry. Bounced back to the circle. Nice play by Sam, 2 away.
Sam has done a really good job mixing pitches, getting these hitters to pop up, easy ground balls.
Left fielder, number 13, Morgan Bernardini.
And it's good to see because we were joking last half inning. Sam hasn't really had a chance to pitch with a lead in a while. First pitch is a strike. She was battling all day on Saturday. Everything runs together now. By the way, when you have a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. She was great. There's a line drive to left field. Dayton's got a beat on it, makes the catch. That'll do it. Boy, what a start for Sam Landry. 6 up, 6 down. We'll finish that thought on the Alabama series when we come back. Sooners lead it over Mississippi State 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is presented by Oklahoma's own News 9. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.
University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 Oklahoma. Abby Dayton will lead things off. First pitch is ball 1 from Raylan Chafin. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Sooners. Dayton takes ball 1 a little bit out. All right, so you've had about an inning. We've gone through 6, now a 7th hitter. What are you making of what you've seen so far from Chafin?
I think she's solid. She's a good pitcher. I think with this offense, you've got to just paint the corners. You can't afford to give up solid hits.
Soft slap, diving play at short made by Edwards. Throws to first, not in time. That is like music to the ears of Destiny McElroy.
That was perfect execution, making that shortstop work. As a slapper, your job is to work the dirt, beat it out, and that's exactly what she did. Great effort by Edwards at shortstop, really knocking that ball down, but just a tough play to make with the speed of Dayton.
Bella Emmerling did not start the Monday game. She came in and caught the 6th, 7th, and then the 8th. First pitch to the right-handed hitting catcher is a little bit out, ball 1. It is no secret how much of a struggle it's been for her here in conference play. But as one of her biggest fans, that's me. I'm excited to see the way she responds because she did in a big way when she came in the game. Hit and run is sky to left field. It's at the track. That's where Bernardini will settle under it to make the catch 1 away. She gave it a ride. But that wind was not a friend, 1 away. But
I will say off the bat, I thought that was out. That was a really hard hit ball.
I'm going back to our pregame conversations. You know, sometimes you can find yourself sitting on the bench and it wakes you up.
Yeah.
And that's 2 really good at bats for Emmerling. And she's been solid behind the plate. So good things to see.
Yeah, and I think being sat, not only does it kind of give you a second to breathe and kind of reevaluate the situation, it kind of upsets you a little bit. So you come out with a vengeance.
Core takes the first pitch for a strike. Sunday between games, you'll hear the full interview. I sat down for 15 minutes with Coach this week on my radio show, and she said she wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
And that's great to hear. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Core. That's up high. Oh, they're going to throw behind Abby at first. She'll slide back in safely. Core, she had a pretty good weekend in that big 7th inning on Saturday. She drove in a run. She's got 8 runs batted in on the season. Her season average is up to 342. Here's the 1-1 to Core. Hit and run, and that ball's lasered deep to left field. Get out of here. It's gone! Hannah Core lines one over the left field wall, and Oklahoma doubles up their runs. It's 4-0 on a ball that got out of here in a hurry.
Hannah Core has been so clutch. And there was no question on that ball. That just line drive straight over that fence.
4-0 Sooners. Here comes Cassidy Pickering, who doubled her last time up. Home runs this season are presented by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. For Hannah Core, chalk up her first home run of the season. Someone today said Hannah Core. Someone today, I don't remember who it was, said to me Hannah Core is going to have a big weekend. Well, she's off to a great start. Here's Pickering. First pitch strike. For the, where's my game notes? I was going to update the number of home runs on the season for the Sooners. Do that after this 0-1 pitch to Pickering. Bunts it, popped it up, caught. 1 away. Pardon me, 2 away. And here's Nelly, who reached on a strikeout her last time up. For Oklahoma on the season now, that is home run number 78. Here's Nelly, who's due. Due factor is high. 4-0 Sooners. That's a strike. I still owe you guys weather. I'm kind of afraid to look, to be honest. I'm just going to be honest.
That off.
I keep pushing it off because I'm so nervous.
We'll do a weather recap after this.
There you go. That'll work. There's a ball that misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So let's say it's pleasant. 67 degrees right now. There's some menacing clouds overhead and a 100% chance of rain coming up this evening. Started to feel that kind of north wind, that cold front roll through as the 1-1 skips in. Cloudy skies, storms later this evening. We are currently at 67 with winds out of the north at 14 miles an hour, but the flags for the most part are at rest out in center field. 2-1 pitch. Nelly waits. Chafin brings it foul back, and that was a line shot right off the bat. Preparing for it tonight, by the way, with our News 9 Game Day Weather Update, I would advise everyone to make sure you keep your devices charged. We are very weather aware this evening with the potential of some severe spring weather rolling through. And as always, stay tuned to your weather experts, Oklahoma's own News 9. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nelly. The pitch off speed is popped up. Right side, easy play for Hull. Makes the catch right behind the first base bag, and that'll do it for the Sooners. But not before the damage is done. 2 more runs on the board, and as we head to the third, it's Oklahoma 4, Mississippi State nothing. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Jesse Blaine will lead things off for Mississippi State here in the third. 4-zip Sooners. Today's game is presented by Oklahoma's own News 9. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Blaine is in for a strike. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Wonderful, and Boomerang Diner. The 0-1 up and away. And we'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of OU Softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. With Destiny McElroy, I'm Chris Plank. 4-zip Sooners in the third. Pretty solid start.
Yeah, I think Sam Landry's looking good. Offensively, they look good. They're taking advantage of those pitches that are left belt high, too close in the zone.
1-1's in for a strike.
One thing we've got to see Chafin kind of cut back on. She's got to hit those corners. But for Sam Landry, I think she's doing a really good job getting ahead in the counts.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Line drive. There it is. Base hit. Left field. First hit of the game for Mississippi State. Breaks a string of 6 straight retired. And here's Riley Hull. maybe left it a little up. Sam Landry, by the way, is our Love's Travel Stops player to watch today. Currently 4th in the SEC with a 1.77 ERA, 13-3. She's been really good avoiding walks, 41 strikeouts to 8 walks, but I feel like every walk she gives up ends up biting her. She has 8, and they've probably led to 8 runs. Bunt shown, and pitches taken high for ball 1. As you said, so far you've liked what you've seen.
Yeah. So far, I think she looks good. I think she's getting ahead in the count, and she's really mixing in all of her pitches. She's utilizing that changeup when she can, and I think she's keeping these hitters a little bit off balance. She's working the corners. I think she looks good.
Hull shows bunt, pulls it back. They'll throw behind the runner at first. It goes into right field, but no chance for advancement because, well, I don't think Blaine was in too big of a hurry to get up. There was a little bit of a tangle between her and Sanders, and then a nice job by Pickering to back it up. 2 balls and no strikes. Emmerling threw someone out doing that against Alabama this weekend. 2-0 pitch. Bunt is a beauty. Charged by Nelly. Throws. 1 away. Sacrifice works. And that's a huge play to me. Yeah. Because this weekend they did not execute that well. And on Monday there was a bunt in front of the plate. Sam called it, said, I got it. Here tonight, Nelly comes charging. Communication is there. Yeah. Little things.
Yeah, those are the little things that I'm sure we're focused on all week at practice, is making sure you're executing all of these little things. Communicate. Sam Landry should not be picking up a ball if Nelly can get to it.
First pitch swinging, popped up by Kiera Sells. Foul territory, but Garcia races over behind the back to make the catch, and there's quickly 2 away. Sierra Sacco heads to the plate. 4-0 Sooners. We're in the 3rd. Sacco, first pitch swinging, popped out in her very first at bat of the game. She bats there with 2 outs and the first scoring opportunity for Mississippi State with a runner at second, but 2 away. Landry's first pitch is a strike. I feel like this is a little bit more of a liberal zone, a little bit more wider zone. So that's a good sign for both pitchers. The 0-1 pitch from Landry.
I mean, if they use that to their advantage.
Fouled off. She had her fooled. And quickly ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes, is the Sooner ace.
If you can use that and know, hey, let me keep pushing this, see how far out I could get and still be a strike, that's only making it harder on the hitter.
I have to correct an error, by the way, for the first inning here in a second. We'll do it. I'll delay it. Here comes the 0-2. Got her. Tried to check her swing. She couldn't. Strikeout. Inning over. There you go, Sam Landry. Second K of the day. And that's another Tinker Federal Credit Union strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. 4-0 Sooners. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Here's Ella Parker to lead things off. 4-zip Sooners. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Parker had the 2-run double that started the party in the first. Here's the pitch. In for a strike. So, Destiny, I made a mistake.
Okay.
In the first inning, I said the Sooners get their first inning run in 7 games. Incorrect. It's been 8. 8 games since the Sooners had a first inning run. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Parker. That's in for a strike 2. In fact,
I wonder how many of those games, I don't know how fast you pull that up.
I got it right here.
Did Sam start?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
At least 5 of them.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. Parker checked her swing on a ball low and in. Nope, they're going to say she didn't go. The last time the Sooners scored a first inning run was March 29th, before tonight, against Tennessee. Lo and behold, they won that game. Amazing what happens when you score early. Here's the 1-2. Whoa, that thing hit off, the hip of Chafin, who throws her hands up and says, I'm good, towards the dugout. Happens. That's a rare one, though. That kind of popped to the outside.
Just kind of slipped right out. bounced off the dirt. It's pretty hard.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul tip right into the mitt. That's an out. Yeah, that's Patty Gasso is saying it hit the dirt. Did it? Oh, thankfully it did. It's like, oh no. You got to sell that a little bit more if you're Wesolowski. She just held it up, and that was it. Should have thrown it around. Though that could have been also viewed as a delay of game. Here's the 2-2 to Parker. Check swing on a pitch up and in. I challenge that. They will. They say she didn't go. I challenge probably not the right word. Check on that, right?
She's coming in. I mean, Chafin is really working the hands of Ella Parker.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Way out in front of it. Squibs it towards third. Barbary up with it. Throws. Gets her. One away. Third innings, we love to hear where you're listening from. Our third inning shout-outs brought to you, as always, by Oklahoma Career Tech, preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. Easiest way for us to do it is to have you guys check in at OU on the air, where Uncle Rude, Nico, his dog is tuned in, Suitor Judy driving home from Arizona, Braylon from the 580, Amanda the boys listening from Temple, Oklahoma, Duran and Joanne here in the stadium in Section 10. One away for Gabby Garcia, who hit one to the wall her last time up. That first pitch misses low and away, ball one. Gabby's been solid, man. She's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like she looks so mature out there that she's only a freshman.
1-0 is a little bit out, 2-0. Michael's in Lake of the Ozarks, City and Betty in Wilburton tonight. I've heard many complaints about some varsity app issues. We'll get those corrected. They say it sounds like I'm on helium.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not good. 2-0 is in the dirt, ball three. It's not a good sign.
No, that
especially with I feel
good.
like I'm more low key than I normally am tonight, guys. It hurts a little bit. TJ and Big Sky tuned in. Buddy Evan Todd and of course Randy and Auckland, New Zealand. 3-0 count here to Garcia. There's the strike, 3-1. Kevin and Julie in Broken Arrow. Eddie's up in southeast Missouri on the banks of the Current River. Penny and Eddie tuned in. Dennis in San Diego. And the Redshirt family cheering on the Sooners from Navajo Nation. Kelly, Dennis, and Frida. 3-1. Swing and miss way out front of you. You can hear the oohs and the ahs from the crowd. 4-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Full count here to Gabby Garcia. I'm starting to feel that cold wind blow a bit across the stadium. Here's the pitch, 3-2, got him. Frozer, called strike three. That's the first strikeout of a Sooner today, and it was filthy. Here's Sid Sanders. Bruce in Birmingham is tuned in. He said Hannah Core can thank him because right before her home run, he changed chairs.
There you go.
I changed hats. I'm wearing a different hat. That was ours in the booth. First pitch to Sanders is out on that outer edge, strike one. I went with my gray hat tonight, breaking it in.
There you go. Looks good.
We changed. We didn't have a hat this weekend, which is huge for us. Here's the 0-1. A little bit up. I like how sensitive some people think I am because there's a few that I joked earlier about how I'm never doing a one-camera shoot again because everyone complains about it, right? And someone checks like, can you push the? I'm just checking. I'm just asking. Can you move it a little bit? 1-1 pitch is in for a strike. Yeah, well, I have no power over it.
Is it dead center?
I think so. It's a pretty cool view.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. But again, you don't have the. It's one shot. It's right. Coach's film, if you will, which is not a true TV broadcast. But we're grateful. 1-2 pitch to Sid his way out, 2-2. What by any means, man. And thank you to Jacob Potter. Hard work. It was a manpower issue, and it was also an equipment issue.
Yeah,
it takes a lot to put on a full TV broadcast, especially when we have 2 games in Norman this weekend. Fouled off. By any means. Oh, look out. Did not sell Upper Deck tickets, so you're not going to break any records tonight, but I'm pleasantly surprised by the way the crowd is filled in. Yeah, it's packed. Pretty impressive.
That's about 5,000 seats in the bowl. Looks pretty full.
2-2. Up high, 3-2. I mean, you and I talked about it earlier. You're in a situation where the game gets moved up. You don't know how it affects things, and here's Sooner Nation showing out. It's awesome. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive, left center field, down. Cut off before it gets to the wall nicely by Bernardini, and it's a long single for Sid Sanders, but we'll take it. Hit that one hard.
Yeah, it's a good at-bat. I mean, she saw a lot of pitches, battled some stuff off, found a good pitch that she could work with. And Bernardini cut that off. It kind of looked like if it took a little bit of a lower hop, it was going to get under the glove of Bernardini.
An all-star observation from an all-star outfielder on that one. Great point. Here's Ilana Agbayani with a runner at first and 2 away pitch. Line drive right at the shortstop, Edwards. Position perfectly, makes the catch. Inning over. Sooners waste the 2-out single from Sid Sanders. And as we go to the bottom of the top of the 4th inning, Oklahoma, though, still in control. They lead at 4-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. We'd like to thank our OU community outreach partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. Leading off the top of the 4th inning is Nadia Barbary, first pitch in for a strike. I mean, Sam Landry, Destiny McElroy, Sam Landry is painting the corners here tonight. Yeah, she really is doing a good job getting these hitters to kind of question the zone a little bit. That pitch was a called strike, but looked a little farther on the outside plate than typically. Well, she rips this one over a leaping Nelly down the left field line into the corner. Rounding first, heading towards second with a leadoff double is Nadia Barber. Ripped that one. Second hit of the game. First extra base hit for Mississippi State, and it's a leadoff double for Barbary, who now is at 18 extra base hits on the season. I got to stop looking at the radar.
Knock it off.
I'm sorry. And it's your fault. You brought it up last half inning.
I was just wondering.
Just wondering. Here's Kylie Edwards. I think we're good, is what I'm going to say. I think we're good tonight. First pitch, bounce to third. Nice play by Nelly. Looks the runner back to third. Throws out Edwards. One away. And everything about the execution of that was flawless. Gabby Garcia did her job covering third as Nelly was drawn away from the bag. And there's one away, and Barbary stands at second. Nelly really took her time on that, too, making sure that Barbary got back to second base. She was no threat. She had the time to make the out at first. Check swing, first pitch from Morgan Stiles, strike one. Couple of thank yous. Angela and Doug in Lawrenceville tuned in tonight. Randy Bruner out in the rain. As always, their buddy Mark Worley's got us. Trey Linda Kerr. Doug Hamilton down in Hockley, Texas. His time is called. Eric and Laura in Amarillo. What am I saying? Ardmore. Amarillo, Ardmore, 220, 221, whatever it takes. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit low. Ty checked in. He's listening on the way to Lake Tahoe. Nice. It's our friend Gabby's dad out on the West Coast. Sooner Yaya, Northwest City. Tommy Gallegos. And, of course, Brad from Indianola, Iowa. Thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight. 1-1. Line drive, center field, base hit. Rounding third. They're going to hold the runner at third. Good job getting it back in quickly by Hannah Core. Mississippi State is threatening. Runners at first and third now. And that was one heck of a play by Hannah Core in center field. Hannah Core getting that ball in. I mean, that throw was perfect.
getting it to her cutoff, making sure that she's not scoring. And Sanders doing a good job receiving and making sure no one's going to second base.
Big spot here. Ella Wesolowski swings at the first pitch, bounces it to third. Nelly looks the runner back to third and throws her out, 2 away. Stiles does advance to second. I think that's the right play, though. I don't think they were going to get the double play, right?
Yeah, no, I think that's the play you've got to make. Just getting the for sure out, making sure that Barbary stays at third.
Here's Morgan Bernardini. Well, big moment here in this game. 4-zip Sooners, runners at second and third with 2 outs in the fourth and a first pitch strike. At a kid, Sam Landry. Things you love to see, these first pitch strikes from Sam Landry. Second and third, 2 outs. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Bounce back towards the circle. Sam's got it, throws to first, got her. How about that?
Amazing.
Working through adversity and through a couple of hits, Sam Landry perseveres thanks to solid defense. And as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, it's 4-0 Sooners. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Abby Dayton leads things off for the Sooners. Bottom of the fourth inning, Oklahoma up 4-zip. Get your kids into the game and behind the scenes by joining the Sooner Kids Club. Membership includes free admission over 70 sporting events. Sooner swag pack featuring a replica football jersey and VIP experiences all year long. Visit Soonersports.com/Kids Club to join today. Dayton slaps this one over the head of the third baseman into left field. Another single on a beautifully played slap by Abby Dayton, who's now 2 for 2.
You love to see it. Getting that table set, getting herself on base. She started to rally back in the second, so getting her back on and just working the dirt. That's what you want to see. Make the defense make a play. I mean, that one, she had no chance. That ball bounced over her head, but just making the defense work, using the dirt. It's the name of the game for a slapper.
There's Bella Emmerling. First pitch, a little bit low and away, ball one. We owe you an ID. We'll take it after this 1-0 pitch to Bella Emmerling. Something's up. Coach is calling something here. Hit and run? I like it.
I think so.
I think so. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Dayton's not going. It misses outside 2-0. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Two-0 count. The pitch to Emmerling. Swings, misses. It's a hit and run. The throw is a beauty, and they got it. Emmerling got fooled on the 2-0 and was out in front of it, and Dayton got a less than ideal jump.
It's a good count to call that in. I think in that situation, you've got to make contact. It's so important to protect your runner.
Caught stealing, something that's been a bit of a challenge for the Sooners this year. 2-1. She was way out in front of that one, didn't offer, but takes strike 2. Heard from the Bryces tonight. Shout out to Kelly and why did I just want to say Courtney? That's right, Courtney. Name got stuck in my head. 2-2 out in front of it, loops it to short. Edwards makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 away. And what was a promising start to this half inning. Shane checked in from his office with the Oklahoma City Public Schools. Shauna Mira, Course Gins, Scott and Jennifer on the patio in Warwick Estates. And Girl Sooner asks what the attendance is tonight. Now, Destiny, you were here for a while. That lower bowl is 5,000.
Yes.
So, make your own predictions on that front. Don't think we quite sold it out. I think we came close. Hannah Core homered her last time up. First pitch, little bit out, ball 1. I don't know on the video feed, but every so often Chafin she'll give you a little effects feed. She's got a little grunt every now and then that she breaks out. Don't get that too terribly often anymore. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the Sooner 9-hole hitter. Checked her swing. Didn't matter. Strike one. I mean, all the celebrities are here. I saw Minnie Mouse. I saw the softball head guy. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch to Core. Swings and fouls it off down the right side.
I'd love to see Core get something going here. Turn this lineup back over, bring that momentum back. With Dayton getting on, Emmerling not executing, I think that takes a lot of momentum away. So I think in this moment, Hannah Core could really step up huge here.
1-2 misses up and away. Best place to gear up for game days, the Sooner Shop, the official fan shop of OU Athletics. Visit them in store on the west side of the Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium or online at shop.soonersports.com. 2-2 pitch, 4-0 Sooners, bottom of the fourth inning. Here it comes. Core takes ball three. It's close. It's close. Good representation of Bulldog fans, Mississippi State fans behind the home team dugout, or pardon me, the visiting team's dugout. 3-2 pitch to Core. Got her on the hands, jams it, grounds it back to the pitcher, and easy play is made by Chafin, and that'll do it for the Sooners here in a very promising but quickly imploding fourth. We have the fifth. Oklahoma leads at 4-0. Today's game is presented by Oklahoma's own News 9. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. If you want to know who's doing a whole lot for the state of Oklahoma, look no further than the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. From contributing billions to education, funding medical research, and supporting the arts, they're deeply invested in the well-being of our state. Swing by your local Sonic to try the $1.99 junior chicken sandwiches. Live free, eat Sonic. Here we go to the fifth, 4-0 Sooners. First pitch to Jesse Blaine is a little low, ball one. Overcast all day long, all night long here so far. I say night. What time is it? Just 5 o'clock. Here's the 1-0. Little low. I did. Now, you live in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Yukon.
I'm coming from south. I'm coming from south of River. And I guess I've learned now there really isn't a time whenever there's not a lot of traffic.
I was going to say, how long did it take you?
It took me a really long time. The 2-0 misses low in it. I'm not going to talk about the shortcut, I was told.
Oh, well, let's talk about it.
I missed a turn somewhere. I ended up at Tinker. I don't think that's the right way.
Not the right direction.
3 balls and no strikes. Landry's been all over the zone so far. There's a strike. I don't think it would be jinxing to say that she's given up 3 hits, but hasn't walked a batter yet. The 3-1 count. Kind of seems like any streak there is about to come to an end. And there it is, ball 4. Well, she was really good on Monday. She didn't walk a batter, but did hit a batter in the second. And on Saturday, I don't think she walked a batter in the first inning on Saturday, and then didn't walk a batter the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So she's been really good on that front for Oklahoma.
One stat that just kind of stood out to me was she's 252 with leadoff batters. I mean, that's not that good. Like, realistically, you'd think that more runs would be scored with that stat, because the stat of a leadoff batter getting on and then them coming around to score is a lot higher.
Absolutely. All right, a lot of moving parts here. Paige Ernstess is going to pinch hit here, and we got a pinch runner over at first. So Ernstess at the plate, and Getta Grazel has pinch run over at first, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Grazel, the freshman. And in the Bulldogs turning to Ernstes, 333 average. Does have 2 home runs, 33 at bats. There's the 0-1 pitch high. 1 ball and 1 strike. LSU has a lead on Texas in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch, low and in. Here it's 4-0 Sooners. 2 balls and a strike. And Emmerling's going to go chat with her ace. Quick look at the scoreboard. Missouri 9-1 over A&M today. They just started in the bottom of the second, or excuse me, as I mentioned, they're now off to the 3rd. LSU leads Texas 2. Moments away from Auburn, Tennessee. Scoreless between Ole Miss and Georgia, and moments away from Alabama and Florida. How about Bama last night? 7 runs in the first.
Yeah.
They beat Florida in game 1. We're one of the few Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in the SEC, and obviously everything has been affected across the conference by weather. Meetings are over. Back to the circle on the rubber. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. I don't like looking and seeing 5 losses, but I do like the excitement of this league. This is fun. Every week I've got box scores up. We're watching live looks at the RPI. It's fun. Here's the 2-2. Off speed. Caught it. Looking. Put that backwards K in the scorebook. 3rd of the game for Sam. And that was a Tinker Federal Credit Union strikeout. TFCU is a proud sponsor of OU softball.
Number 9, Kiera Sells.
Here's Kiera Sells. Riverwind Casino's newly remodeled gaming floor has almost 3,000 of your favorite games. Did you know that? First pitch is in for a strike. Complimented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the Metro. It's no surprise that Riverwind is always a good time. Boys to Men tomorrow night.
Oh, I like them.
Tickets available at riverwind.com.
You got a day off.
I think I am. Here's the 0-1. It's low and in. We do our Friday radio shows from out with Justin and the crew at Riverwind, and when I was done, they were walking in. They were just They were just arriving for their shows. So I think I'll be there.
That's
now,
awesome.
I don't think you want to sit near me to hear me singing. That's for sure. 1-1 has popped up right side. Is there room for Sanders giving chase? No. It's off the top of the sidewall. Yep, that's coming up tomorrow night. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. 4-zip Sooners with 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner at first, 1 out. I just said that. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Kiera Sells. Landry misses high, 2-1, or 2-2, pardon me. What are you thinking about what you see from Sam?
I think she's got to get settled in. I don't know if it's a... I don't know. It doesn't look as clean and sharp as it did when we first got started.
Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. There you go. Back-to-back backwards Ks. That's 4 on the game, 2 in the inning, and there's 2 away for Sierra Sacco.
Got to work to get ahead in this count. I mean, she came back with 2 punch-outs. It's good, but I think she's throwing a lot more pitches.
Yep. Don't like having to work from behind in the count. First pitch swinging, bounced foul down the first baseline. Sacco's 0 for 2 on the game. Auburn's jumped out early on Tennessee 1-0. SJ's getting the start there tonight. Georgia and Ole Miss just underway in Alabama and Florida. Florida's already off to a better start. They held Alabama scoreless in the first. Got away from them quickly last night. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit hard and deep to right center field. Racing back is Pickering. Makes the catch of the warning track. Oh, she looks smooth doing it. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Oklahoma leads Mississippi State 4-0. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game sponsor is Oklahoma's own News 9. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. All right, top of the lineup for the Sooners. Bottom of the 5th, 4-0. 4 runs for the Sooners on 6 hits. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pickering started the game off as that misses side 2-0 with a double. She scored on the 2-run double from Ella Parker. She's 1 for 2 and a scored run. Nice play on an attempted bunt in her second plate appearance in the second by Wesolowski. There's a ball in the dirt, 3-0. And we got a new pitcher for Mississippi State as Sam Ricketts digs into her bullpen a bit. Josie Marin will be called upon here to try to slow down the Sooners. 2-4 on the season. There's ball 4. And Pickering's aboard for the second time today. That is her 40th walk on the season. So Marin takes over. I said Marin, excuse me. I had written down my pronunciation guide incorrectly. Marin on the season has struggled a bit. Have to wonder, too, if it's one of those moments where if you can get anything out of her, you'll take it on what's going to be a challenging Sundays. The first pitch to Nelly misses low, ball 1.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of good things out of Chafflin, but you don't want your hitters or the opposing hitters to see so much of her. It's probably time to mix it up in that 5th inning.
1-0 pitch misses up, ball 2. You're not off to a good start here for the righty. And time is called quickly. Mississippi State's going to head out to the circle, get a meeting, try to calm things down. I mean, you're looking at, for a Mississippi State, you probably would have hoped to get more than 4 out of your ace here today. But like you just said, Destiny, you don't want to expose all weekend long this Sooner offense, even though there'll be a day off tomorrow, to Chaffin. You want to see what your bullpen can do for you here.
Yeah. I mean, Chafflin throws majority of their innings. Yeah. And they have tomorrow off, but I think it's more so her facing these hitters over and over again. And at this point, you're not throwing in the towel by any means, but they're up 4 runs. They've seen enough of her.
There's a strike. Meeting went well. 2 balls and a strike. Bounced towards the 5-6 hole. Backhanded deep by Edwards. Long throw. Oh, they got her. What a play. What a play from deep in the hole by Edwards. And there's 1 away. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really good play. Covered a lot down deep in that 5-6 hole. The way she came up and just sent a rocket to first base just in time. That was a close play, but really good play by Edwards.
Here's Ella. Marin pitched last on Saturday against Missouri. First pitch low, ball 1. 2 innings, gave up a couple of hits and a run. Best outing, I'd have to go back to February. 1-0 pitch is up high, 2-0. 6 2/3. 6-hit 3-run ball against North Texas on February 14th. Last time she pitched more than 2 innings came on March 2nd against Northwestern State. There's a ball low, 3-0. They throw behind Pickering at second. She's back. Like I said, this team is pretty incredible, Mississippi State. But they have some games on their schedule, and you just scratch your head.
Yeah.
And there's others where you just give them all the flowers in the world. Very unique year. They're down 4-zip here, and there's ball 4 to Ella Parker. And Ella Parker has reached twice today.
I mean, they're ranked 15. Haven't been swept this season by anybody in the SEC. Took 2 from Alabama.
In Tuscaloosa. Played pretty well against Texas. Cheney Helton's going to pinch run here. One of the cooler parts of my year so far was getting to meet and talk with Cheney's dad after the series against, or the game against Tulsa. She'll pinch run here. Very impressive young athlete. All right, substitution made. Helton at first, Pickering at second. Here's Gabby Garcia, who's 0 for 2, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. Patty Gasso does not like it. Coach is barking down towards the home plate umpire as well. Here's the 0-1. Low and away, 1-1. Gabby Garcia, it's so unfair to say, you know, anyone's kind of dealing with a struggle right now because of how impressive the numbers are. She takes ball 2 a little bit up.
She's struggling, but still hitting .379.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Not too much of a struggle. I think we're so spoiled.
So guilty.
But
11 home runs, too.
I mean, if it's not what we're used to, then what else could we say?
There's one heck of a cut, foul back. I'll be the first one to tell you. I was looking at Gabby's home run numbers, which have been phenomenal so far this season. You know, it's been a minute since, you know, we've seen the freshman hit one. Yeah, and she's due. As you say, the due factor is super high. Bounce to the right side. Nice play at second by Stiles. Only one play, and that's to first, and there's 2 away. Last a home run hit by Gabby Garcia in conference play was the Arkansas series. The last home run she's hit was March 26th. Pardon me, the Missouri series. She hit a home run in game 1 of the Missouri series. First pitch swinging. Sanders lines it to right field. Hit it hard, but Sells is right there. That's a couple of hard hit outs tonight for Sid Sanders. And the Sooners will strand 2 as we head to the 6th inning. Oklahoma leads at 4-0. The 5th innings all season long have been brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Learn more at halsmith.com. Sooners lead at 4-zip. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Located just 10 minutes from the OU campus, Courtyard Norman offers affordable, stylish accommodations with tech-forward amenities and classic Southern hospitality. Book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. Nadia Barbary will lead things off for Mississippi State in the 6th. It's 4-0 Sooners. First pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Any adjustment you've seen from the Bulldogs at the plate at all so far?
I think they're just trying to attack. They are making Sam Landry really work a lot harder. She's thrown a lot of pitches. Last inning I counted at the third hitter. By the third hitter, she was at 16 pitches. So that's a plus for them. I mean, that's something to be celebrated, the little things.
1-0 misses in, 2-0. Be interesting if the Sooners can hold on here and get their final 6 outs to see what Coach Gasso's plan will be in the circle on Sunday. 2-0. That's in for a strike. We haven't seen Audrey Lowry start a game. Wouldn't be surprised if she's a candidate for that. Bella Smith as well. Really like to see Deal get back on track after a bit of a struggle against Alabama. She was outstanding the Saturday game against Tennessee. Here's the 2-1. That's in for a strike, 2-2.
Put some heat on that.
She's the hardest thrower. I didn't know that. I always thought it was Monticello.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Landry's
she does throw hard, too.
She's got the top velocity on the team. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Barber. Got it. Swing it. One away. Had a kid, Sam. Chalk up strikeout number 5. And here comes Kylie Edwards. Planet Fitness is a proud partner of Sooner Softball with multiple locations in Oklahoma. Planet Fitness can help you with whatever you're getting fit for. Join today. That's Destiny McElroy. I'm Chris Plank. Sooners up 4-0. We're in the 6th. 1 away for Kylie Edwards. Whoa, missed way outside. Ball 1. All right, this is that moment where I realize I haven't checked in on the other games in a while, so get you a Air Comfort Solutions scoreboard update. Your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today, the 1-0. Ooh, off speed, nice. Auburn and Tennessee are knotted up at 1. That game's in the top of the 2nd inning. Still scoreless between Georgia and Ole Miss. Florida strikes first, bottom of the 2nd. They lead Alabama 1-0. And of course, A&M beaten by Missouri 9-1. 1-1 is popped up on the infield. Who's got it? Who's got it? Sid Sanders is under and makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 away. Probably a pretty good sky for fly balls, right? When it's a little darker like this.
Yeah. No chance of that getting lost in the sun today.
As long as it doesn't start raining while you're looking up, I think you're in good shape. Here's Morgan Stiles. Stiles now the first baseman. Shifted over last half inning. Here's the pitch. Up and away. 4-0 Sooners. We're in the 6th. Sooners have stayed the same defensively. And they've been good tonight. That's one of your keys.
Yeah, they really have. Good communication, covering lots of ground. Hannah Core came up with that good throw to the cutoff, leaving runners at 1st and 3rd.
That misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Sooners, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself here, but I'm going to do it. Here comes the 2-0. Wow, that just missed low. But in the current standings, the Sooners are a game behind Texas A&M, but A&M will have played 1 fewer game than everyone else in the conference because of the Georgia series and had a game that was canceled. 3 balls and no strikes. There's a strike. But a win tonight from the Sooners. And suddenly they're right back in that conversation for the regular season crown and the 1 seed heading into the tournament. But we got a long way to go this weekend, and after this weekend, 2 massive series. The 3-1 is in for a strike 2. Also, if you can sweep this weekend, you avoid, if Tennessee continues on the run they're on, you avoid being knotted up with them in any tiebreaker scenario. 3-2. Ball 4. Missed a little low. The fans, they were riled up for that one, but she missed low. So there's a look at scores and standings brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Here's Wesolowski. She's 0 for 2 as well. Right-handed hitting catcher. The runner at first now and 2 away. Here's the pitch from Landry. This is low, ball 1. So Texas A&M will have a meeting in the circle as Bella Emmerling's going to jog out. The one other note on the Aggies, they put together quite the winning streak in conference play. I told you, man, that Missouri team is a hard one to figure out. They won in 9 innings last night in the second game of that doubleheader. And then Missouri just crushed him here earlier today to wrap up that series. Though A&M, my point is, they still won the series. 1-0 is grounded to the right side. Agbayani waits on it, throws to first, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 6th. Strand a runner as we head to the bottom half. Oklahoma looks to add to their 4-zip lead. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game sponsor is Oklahoma's own News 9. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield. Here we go to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Ogbayani, Ilana Ogbayani to lead things off. 6, 7, and 8 hitters, and Ogbayani, Abby Dayton, and Bella Emmerling. 4-0 Sooners. OU put 2 on the board in the first, 2 on the in the second, and that's where we are. As the first pitch to Ilana catches the outer edge. Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the junior captain of the game. Junior Captain is the ultimate fan experience for children grades 3 through 7. Visit either location in Norman or South OKC for your free consultation. The 0-1 is low and away. And crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasting is Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Try and decide. 4 runs now on 6 hits for the Sooners. Ogbayani, 2 hard hit balls. There's another one. Line to left field, and it's caught by Bernardini and left, 1 away.
I mean, that was a really hard hit ball. Just finding them right at him.
Laser. Here's Abby Dayton, who's 2 for 2 and has been like sweet music with those slaps all game long.
You'll see the defense kind of creeped in here.
First pitch, line drive towards the gap. It's up the alley. It's to the wall. Dayton rounds first hard, and she'll stand up with a 1-out double. She smoked it. Absolutely smoked it.
That's exactly what you want to see. Once that defense realizes, okay, she's going to work the dirt, let's try to throw her out. Just send one to the grass, the wall, 5-6 hole, still working that side of the field, but hey, you can triple threat here.
She did. She did. Crushed it. And here is Sid Barker. I hadn't traveled with the team in a while. I traveled with them the very first trip, and then I traveled myself.
Yeah.
So it was a cool perspective to travel with the team again this week and to kind of see how they've grown. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, one of the most impressive growths I've seen is from this batter right here, Sid Barker, man. She has that it to her. First pitch, a little low. In fact, it gets to the backstop. Off to third goes Dayton. She rounded hard. Yeah. There's a lot of room behind home plate here. A lot. As Corey Hicks moves into the on-deck circle. But Sid Barker's really impressed me. You need someone to stand up and not be afraid to lead and say when something's not right. Saw those characteristics in Sid Barker this weekend. Very impressive. Looking to add to the Sooners' 4-zip lead here. The 1-0. Takes it low. 2-0.
Coach Gasso early on in this season would talk about how she wants to hear more mature conversations. She wants to hear feedback. She wants to hear a lot more maturity amongst the athletes themselves. And I think now later in the season, I love that you see that as well.
2-0 pitches in for a strike, 2-1. Very small sample size, though.
Yeah.
It was bus rides and waiting around in an airport. I don't know if we've talked much about Monday night, have we? Coach brought it up in the pregame show. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Barker, low and in, ball 3. We had our flight from Tuscaloosa delayed because, and they had chartered, there was an issue with one of the planes. So they had to bring in and fly in a plane from somewhere else. And we lifted off a little after 12:30, I think. 3-1 pitch is bounced to the left side. Nice play on the backhand by Edwards. Long throw. Got her. Well, that was bang, bang over at first. Patty Gasso. That's a big moment for T.R.A. Jennings, the Sooner first base coach, in absence of Fale Aviu. Fale Aviu steal. Congrats, Coach. Miss you. And T.R.A. says, no, don't challenge it. All right.
It's a lot of pressure on T.R.A.
I know.
No, she's going to go ahead
hold
and
on.
do it.
She's going to do it anyway. Sid Barker sold her on it.
Yeah.
Patty Gasso wanted to. TRA said, I don't know.
I have never seen Coach Gasso go through with a call when the athlete themselves is not for sure.
Oh, no, feedback. She came over, and I think right away, trying to read a coach, we're under review, brought to you by McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. Coach Gasso wanted to challenge it right away.
Yeah.
When she came up, she thought she saw safe. And you need just a little bit of reassurance.
I didn't get it from either one of them. I didn't get it. TRA is like, I didn't call this. I didn't do this.
I didn't do this. Isn't me.
Sid, after, when she started walking towards the dugout, I think Coach Gasso kind of said, hey, were you safe? She said, I still don't know. I didn't feel that.
Unfortunately, our personal replay official, the great Richard Martis, says that she's out at first base.
Okay.
We'll see. Again, a little different here. I don't know if it's been a communication issue or what, but the umpire crew chief has, instead of standing in front of the circle, they've gone over to the replay communication area just beyond the visitor's dugout in that first base camera well. All right, here's the review. I guess I should say the confirmation. Let's see how the... Yeah, there you go. The confirmation of the runner being out of first base. Fans don't like it. 2 away.
Where's Jessica Bain? She listening? She check in?
Well, yes.
I want to know what our average is on
challenges.
On these calls, yes.
Oh, Jess, she just sent you down a rabbit hole.
How many times has Coach Gasso been wrong?
I don't like to look at it that way.
Yeah.
You as a former player can say that. I can't. Dayton stands at third. Here's Hicks. 4-0 Sooners. Corey pops up the first pitch she sees to center field. Racing out is the second baseman Romero to make the catch. And that'll do it for the Sooners. A one-out double is wasted as Dayton is stranded at third. But Sooners are 3 outs away from finishing this off as we head to 7. Oklahoma 4. Mississippi State 0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. 4-0 Sooners as we head to the 7th. Sooner softball tonight is presented by Love's Travel Stops, and today's game sponsor is Oklahoma's own News 9. 4 runs on 7 hits. And so far, Destiny McElroy has been an absolute gem from Sam Landry.
Yeah, she has done really well. I think later in the game, we've seen her working a little bit harder, but it's good stuff. We've had clean defense. Offensively, they look good.
First pitch is off the mitt of Emmerling, ball 1. Emmerling did re-enter behind the plate. And let's see, who else was pinch ran for? Nope, everyone's back. Starters all back in. It's a half inning ago, Plank. Here's Morgan Bernardini. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. 0 for 2 on the day for Bernardini. Flied out to left in the second. Bounced one back to the circle in the 4th. She leads things off for a Bulldog team that's down 4. Here's the 1-1. Sky deep to center field. Hannah Core at the warning track makes the catch. And there's one away. Ooh, don't like that.
Covered a lot of ground. And I love how she had that hand kind of out, trying to find the wall as soon as she hit that warning track, just to make sure she knew where she was at, felt comfortable receiving that.
Here's Jessica Blaine. You had one of your keys to the game today is you wanted to see the Sooners be flawless on defense as a first pitch strike. Again, I know we got a couple outs still here to go, and all of us are superstitious, but so far, mission accomplished.
And so far, clean defense on both sides of the field.
Absolutely. There's a hot shot to the right side as a nice play is made by Agbayani, and there's 2 away. We're heading down to the field if the Sooners hang in here for the post-game show. We'll talk to Coach Gasso, and we haven't really had a chance to talk to Sam Landry yet this year, so maybe we'll get an opportunity to do that. little delay here as we're going to get a pinch hitter for Mississippi State. Lexi Sosa will be the last hope for the Bulldogs. Sosa, the right-handed power hitter out of San Diego. 4-0 Sooners, 2 away in the 7th. First pitch from Landry. A little bit out, ball 1. This is the most nervous run down of the field because it's the longest distance we have to cover. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch from Landry. Ooh, off speed, drops in for strike 1, and Sosa walks away nodding her head. I got this one next time. 247 average for the right-handed hitting Sosa, who fouls off the 1-1, a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good pitch by Landry, just taking some off, getting her to chase.
This is it, potentially.
Crowd is up.
They feel it. They know it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sam's ready at the hip, stares in, brings it home, got her. Ball game. Sam Landry, her 11th complete game of the season, and Oklahoma strikes first. They win game 1 of a unique weekend series based on the weather, and now we'll take a day off and a doubleheader on Sunday. The final score from Oklahoma City, Sooners 4, Bulldogs nothing.